What they say about Paul McCartney here is they say few artists in the music industry have enjoyed the success and longevity of Paul McCartney. If he opted to create an era-style concert, okay, so they're talking about concert. And remember, I was telling you guys I wanted to talk about, if not an actual tour, how about a major concert? The rock icon could spend early acts focusing on the Beatles' groundbreaking tour, right? It would start with the band's breakout classic pop rock sound, evolved into their psychedelic period, covering material from Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper, then end with the group's later studio rock output from the White Album to Let It Be. Having old pal Ringo join for this part of the show would make a special, memorable event. A hypothetical McCartney era show would continue with his Wings period, followed closely by a solo output, the latter of which would be broken into several stages from the early sound of Ram to his latter pop-centric material. Add in some of his experimental works, such as The Fireman, as well as his classical works, and you would have all the ingredients for a captivating and eclectic show. The only challenge would be keeping it under 4 hours. I see a 5-hour show there. Did you guys notice this, how they said the early sound of Ram, and I'm supposing the McCartney album as well. All right, they're thinking of tacking that on to the end, and yet I just covered an article where they're trying to promote Wings now in this new movie of his by tacking that on to the beginning of Wings. So there is a whole group of people in the press right now that are desperately, for the first time, trying to connect. So this is, I believe McCartney's behind this. I think his people talking to, before he does an interview, they give him a set of intentions, what his thought processes are. These guys are going right along. This is the second time they've tried to connect the McCartney album and the Ram album to his Wings period, or to misplace it as his solo, but at the end of a show. And I told you I wouldn't be comfortable with that because I would like it to go in chronological order. And when they talk about, in the Beatle period, damn straight up, man, I want to see him in a collarless suit, maybe, or at least a more traditional Beatles suit. Then I want to see the kind of casual suits and leathers of Rubber Soul. I want to see Sgt. Pepper uniforms, right? Okay? And he doesn't have to wear wigs or anything. This is not what I'm talking about. He can just still be white-haired Paul McCartney, but he's able to kind of, here's what I wore when I was a young man. You know what? I've kind of sworn off Paul McCartney because of the ticket prices and everything like that. But if that was a show, I feel like I would have to be there. What about you guys? That's different. Now, this is different than what he does now. See, he does a lot of stuff from the Beatles and Wings and his solo chord, but it's all over the place. It's all over the place, and nothing visual going on into the stage most of the time works into that period unless he's got something flying up on the screen behind him. This would be much more of a production like he was doing in the early to mid 2000s with some of his shows. What do you guys think? Would that be an era show you'd be interested in?